Hey guys, how's it going? I am late to the garden today. I am so much later than I wanted to be out here, but that's just the way it happens sometimes. Had a killer migraine this morning, and so it's now gone. Luckily, very, very happy that it's gone, but that means that I'm getting out here later, meaning that I have less time to be in the garden today. I'm trying to not be in the garden when it hits the peak temperature, which is usually 11 o'clock. And so, or it's right before 11 o'clock. Noon is usually about peak temperature. And so, or right before peak. So I'm trying to get out of here before that happens. It is currently it's 9:45. So that means that I've got about an hour to get what I need to get done. And then we'll just come back this evening, which is kind of a bummer because in the evening it gets humid. And in the evening it doesn't really cool down too much. It cools down, but just not enough for my liking. And so my goal today, I picked up some annuals the other day, and so I want to go get those planted. I would love to get those in the ground because we do have some cooler temperatures right now, which has been so nice. I can't believe it. We're in the like high 80s, low 90s, which is really nice. And so I want to get those planted today so they'll have some time to root in before we hit, there's a day that's going to be like 108 or something like that. So before we hit any of that and things go into shock, those have to get in the garden today. So that's going to be the main goal. And then also to do a little bit of mulching, which will happen later this evening. I would like to today get this bed cleaned out and mulched. And I would like to come over here and get this bed mulched. So 2 small beds today. That's all I'm mulching because it's going to be in the evening when I get those done. So let's go up to the front and I'll show you guys the annuals that I've got to get planted today. I'm really excited about the ones that I picked up. So I have kind of an array of plants that I want to get in the garden today. And I'm excited about all of them. Very specifically, this branching sunflower. Last year, I grew one from Monrovia, and I loved it. I cannot find them for the life of me. And so when I saw these ones, I found them at Home Depot. I had to grab them. This one was $9. I grabbed 3 of them. This one is going to get 36 inches tall and wide, so it's not going to get absolutely massive, but it's just going to continue to bloom. It's just an annual sunflower, and this thing should just grow like crazy and put out a ridiculous amount of blooms. So this helianthus is called Soul Seeker Golden Nectar, and it's so pretty. It's just the cutest little sunflower, and basically what's going to happen is it shot up its main stalk right here, and from that, everywhere that there's a leaf node, it's going to shoot out a branch. So you can see this one, there was a leaf right here, and then it shot out this branch. This leaf came out, and it's going to shoot out a branch right there. And then there's a leaf right here, and there's going to shoot out branches there. Once this dies back, there is some branching happening right there. And so this thing is just going to just bloom and bloom and bloom and bloom like crazy. I have 3 of these guys. I'm so excited. They're so pretty. Why didn't I show you guys this side? Oh, so pretty. Next, I grabbed 3 of these salvias. This is the unplugged pink. This is going to be so thirsty. Oh my gosh, that's so light. I need to give that a good drink of water when I get it planted. Unplugged pink salvia, 30 inches tall and 20 inches wide. It's hardy in zones 9 through 10, so this isn't annual, but perennial for zones 9 and 10. Usually I can get these guys to come back for me. I love the Unplugged series from Proven Winners. It's beautiful. I have multiple of them. Highly, highly, highly recommend them. The hummingbirds go crazy for them. This one doesn't seem so pink, so we'll see what happens as it grows out. I also then have this begonia, and I'm just going to put this in a container and have it sit on the outdoor table. I thought it was absolutely stunning. It doesn't say the variety, it just says begonia. It's so beautiful. It looks like a sunset. And it looks like a drink. I don't know, it looks like a sunset drink. It's so gorgeous. I love the leaves on it. I think it's absolutely stunning. Very excited about that. So I have 1 of those, 3 of those, 3 of these guys. And then this was going to be an experiment that I was gonna do. And I've kind of just decided not to. What I really wanted to do with these was to plant them up, and I wanted to put them in different containers. So I bought this 6-pack of wave petunias. They look terrible now. My plan was I was going to do 1 of them in a container, or I was going to do 2 of them in a container because this is a 4-pack, and I was going to do 1 that I fertilize, 1 that I don't fertilize, and I was going to show you guys throughout the growing season what happens if you don't fertilize and why fertilizing is so important. And I just never did it. So I'm going to put them in the landscape. And then my other plan was to take 1 out of this pack right here, and then I also have 1 Proven Winners plant right here. I also have one from this company called Super Cow, which is the cross between a Pachoa and a Petunia. And then I also have one of these just basic petunias that you get. This one was like $3. And my goal was to do 4 different pots. And in those 4 pots, I was gonna put 1 plant. And I was just gonna use a black nursery pot. They were all going to get the same amount of water. They were all going to get the same amount of fertilizer every single week. And my goal is to show you guys the difference between these plants and what happens if you're growing each one and what they each do. And is your money worth $2 or is your money worth $10? What one was the best? And I never got around to it. Honestly, I didn't pick up the pots. I'm a little bit annoyed with myself. So it's an experiment that I would love to do next year, just so I can really like test out what is the best bang for your buck, which plants perform the best. It's something that I'm going to do next year. It's an experiment, hands down, I want to really do, and I will do it very early in the season. I don't want to say it's a little late now, but I don't have the energy to go find a whole bunch of black pots that are the exact same size, because I would need to get decent sized black containers. So yeah, anyways, let's get to planting. So we'll go ahead and start with the helianthus and the salvia, and I think I have some really good spots for these guys. It'll be so nice to have some beautiful sunflowers back there. So with helianthus and salvia, it's not ones that you have to fertilize. You can fertilize them. They're typically light feeders, so you don't have to excessively feed these guys. So I will be going in with just a little tiny bit of slow release fertilizer, and that's really gonna be it for these guys. They're not gonna be part of my weekly water soluble fertilizer that I do. I'm just gonna feed them one time, call them good, and should these guys survive, the salvias, then next year I will go in and I will top dress with a little extra fertilizer on these. So let's go get everything planted. I just realized I have 5 of these salvia. What a great day. So while I feel like a total dingus, I should not have mulched. I shouldn't have mulched this bed, especially when I knew I had such a large empty space. It is what it is at the end of the day, whatever. So I think what I want to do, because I don't have any yellow in this bed, and because I want to plant, I was going to say because I also don't have any pink or purple. I want to plant the 3 helianthus right here. So 1, 2, 3. I think that'll be really pretty. And then I will plant the salvia in front of them, all 5 of them. So that will fill out this entire area. I think that's going to be so perfect. I have this large blank space that I need to do something with, and what could be better than that, right? Okay, so I've got 3 of the salvia done, 1 of the sunflowers done. It looks great so far. I have 4 more to go. It's so hot out here, my camera's overheating, so we're gonna cool down. I am watering everything as I get it planted, just to make sure everything gets a nice healthy drink of water. So I'm gonna give them a couple minutes so my camera can cool down, come back, plant those 4. Those are gonna be so good right there. I found this giant rock. No clue where that came from. Well, came from the ground. But that's gonna be so good. And it fills out this whole dead spot that I had perfectly. I still have to get all of these guys in the ground, but I'm gonna wait. It's getting close to noon, so I'm gonna wait to get those guys planted. But I do want to fill these into the garden random holes that I've got. So I've got a couple random holes in this bed and over in that bed. And I think I'm just gonna just tuck them in. So I'm gonna wait till this evening when it cools down, because it's not safe to be out here, especially if we're not wearing sunscreen. Make sure we're wearing sunscreen if we're in the garden. I'll see you all in 2 seconds when it's cooler. Look at that. The lighting is so much better. Not gonna be in the sun at all. Let's go ahead and get those last guys planted and a little bit of mulching done. I think the mulching that I'm gonna get done today is going to be this bed over here. And these guys did great through the afternoon sun, survived absolutely beautifully, and I think it's because I gave them a very deep water. Always good on hot days to give extra water to your plants. So I've got wave petunias, these guys that look a little scraggly. I'm gonna just tuck the 4 of them in here somewhere. I'll probably go like 1 in between the salvia, 2, 3. I mean, I'll do all 4 of them in this section right here. I don't love it. I don't love it. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if I end up keeping it. And then I feel like I need some pink, so we're gonna go with these Super Cals. It's a petunia hybrid. And these guys, I'm gonna tuck in where that dead plant is, right there. We could use a little bit of purple right there. I feel like that would be good, right? So that's Super Petunia Royal Velvet. I think that'll be perfect. And then this bed, it doesn't really have much pink in it. It has some like purple salvia, and there's a train coming, of course, but I thought that this would be perfect to tuck in right there. It will be pink. It's a very soft, beautiful pink color. It's a gorgeous pink color to have in the garden. Doesn't have a name. It's just a petunia from Home Depot. So easy, so good, so nice to get those in the ground. Like I said, I bought those for another project, so kind of a bummer to not do the project that I originally wanted to do, but at the end of the day, it's fine. I'll just still enjoy their color in the garden elsewhere. Let's go ahead and mulch a bed. I would like to mulch the bed with the alder tree, whatever it's called. I do need to pull out the poppies that are right there really quickly. So I'm just gonna grab those poppies out. I do have a grass in there that I do want to take out. So if I can quickly take it out with a shovel, I'll do that. If it doesn't quickly come out, I'm leaving it. It'll be fine. There's gonna be a lot of mulch in this bed. There's gonna be a lot of blank space in this bed, and that's also fine with me. I'm really not too worried about that. I do have some more plants coming to be able to try to get some space filled out in this bed. I would like some low growing green things. That's the goal. I do get questions every time that I show this bed about that. It is for our dog who is buried right here. It's called the Rainbow Bridge when your pet passes. And one of you guys had sent us that out from Etsy. It's stained glass, really, really cool. So Etsy, I don't have a link to it. I linked to the wrong product when I linked it last time. So I don't have a link to it, but you can find that from Etsy. Anyways, let's get this bed mulched today. Okay, plants are planted. This bed is mulched. I think I'm gonna do the small bed right there also. It's only gonna probably take one bucket of it anyways. This whole bed was 2 buckets. And so I don't see that bed being more than 1 bucket. It feels so good. It feels so good to get these beds mulched. It means that it's like cleaned up. So this means after I get that bed mulched, I will have the 2 big jelly bean beds to do, which if we're being completely honest, there is not a whole lot to be done in these beds. And the biggest bed is probably going to be this long bed right here. Like this bed, there is very little space in here. Do you guys remember when I showed you guys the Gomphrena and then the Bidens and then the super petunias, and there was space in between all of these? There was a big gap between the Gomphrena and the Bidens that are right here, and there is no gap anymore. The only gap is right here between the Mangave. So I'll mulch right there, but other than that, I'm not really gonna be mulching that. I'll mulch this little crevice right here. I mean, look at this. This is 3 bee balm right here. I'm gonna mulch that section. There's not a whole lot of room in this bed, which is exactly what I wanted and exactly why I waste my money on annuals. Some people think it's a big waste. I don't. Tell me a perennial that does this. Name me 3 perennials that I can plant instead. It's not possible. I mean, they might do it for like a show, a quick little burst of energy, but annuals, babe, that's where it's at. Okay, let's do that last little bed mulch. I gotta grab my bucket. That's way better. I love that. And we got 2 beds mulched today, which is perfect. I did exactly what I said I was gonna do today. So bed is mulched, small bed. This entire bed is mulched. Did you catch my pile? Off camera, I went a little bit crazy, trimmed my rows up, cleaned up the alder tree, just a smidge. And yeah, pulled a couple other things also. Anywho, this bed is done. So I'm gonna go ahead now and I gotta go water those plants in that I just planted. They need some water, they're thirsty. They were really dry when I planted them. It's in about half hour. I'm sure that they could use a little bit more of a drink right now. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for visiting our garden, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye guys.